Village of Armada regular council meeting will now come to order. Will everyone rise for the pledge of allegiance to the flag, please? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you kindly. Clerk, call roll, please.
Clark,
Here.
Tonin,
Here.
Wolak,
Here.
Sleds,
Here.
Pelkey.
Here.
Next is the approval of the agenda. What's the council's wishes, please?
I have an item to add. I've got the 2 pumps for the wet well. It's going to be under F in new business.
GB3. Yep.
Anything else? All right, what's the council's wishes, please?
Mr. President, make a motion that we adopt the agenda as amended.
Support.
Support by Sled. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. At this time, the floor is opened up to citizen comments. You state your name for the record, and you have 3 minutes to address the council. Who would like to start?
Everybody will be under presentations, I think.
Everybody bashful. I don't blame you. Next is the presentation.
President Wallach?
Yes.
Hi. My name is Ross Misiak. I just moved in with my family on Church and Lathrop on the corner. I wanted to bring to the attention of the condition of the road. We have awful drainage on that road, awful potholes on that road, and I really have a lot of concern that, you know, there's a lot of kids there playing. I have concern that vehicles won't be able to stop safely with the amount of potholes that we have.
I'm sorry, where did you say you live?
Church and Lathrop.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Sled,
We are going to have a point when I do my report on that.
okay. He is our street commissioner, what I was gonna say. So I don't know if you talked to him before or not, but he's our street administrator, so he will be handling it. Okay, the next,
Yeah, it'll be under my administrative report.
okay. Next is the presentation of Police Chief Michael Patrick's retirement.
He's retiring.
Um,
Should we know that?
Yeah.
I think he brought his wife too.
I sure did. My wife Sandy's here.
Hi,
Hi,
Sandy.
Sandy. Hello.
Mrs. Patrick.
Yes.
My
If you
strength.
haven't, excuse me, Chief, if nobody's met Mrs. Patrick, she's here. I hope it's not the final time.
No, not at all.
Come back and visit us.
Absolutely.
Chief, go ahead.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be an hour?
It will not be an hour. No, I
You'll be
didn't.
lucky if you get a minute out of
I
it.
didn't prepare,
No.
but as you all know, March 31st will be my last day as Chief of Police for the Village of Armada. It was a wonderful opportunity. I appreciated the opportunity, and it turned into an even better experience. I really felt as though I was part of the community. I hope you felt the same. I enjoyed my time here, but it's time for me to venture off and do other things. For my wife and I to spend some time together, see our adult children who live in different states, and do some things that we've put on hold for a few years. But I thank the village, I thank council, President Wolak. You've all been wonderful for me. I hear horror stories about chiefs and the difficulties they have communicating with their boards, and you all have all been wonderful. We accomplished a great deal in the last 6 years. So I thank you.
Thank you.
To replace me, however, you have a man that I've known for the better part of 40 years.
40 years.
Rich Meyerly. We worked kind of side by side at times. Well, he was in the township of Clinton, and I was in Mount Clemens. He has the knowledge, the background, all the experience. The village is going to be in great hands with Rich. He is a good man.
Thank you, Mike.
Michael?
Yes, sir.
Step up here, Mike.
Chief. Recognition, certificate of recognition. Presented March 28, 2022, Michael Patrick. This certificate is proudly presented in recognition and appreciation of nearly 15 years and dedicated to the service in the village of Armada as a position of a police officer. Your 9 years as a patrol officer and nearly 6 years as chief police has highlighted your outstanding morals and dedication to the residents of the village of Armada. Your professional, conscientious consideration and conduct as a law enforcement officer has entitled you to the respect of befitting a department finest example of an officer. We, the village council, staff, and co-workers are honored to have known and worked with you. We hope you find your retirement to be as distinguished as your employment was. Congratulations, Chief. With several chiefs. Mine's been as president with you. In the other previous years, nationally, when I was there, I worked with the chief individually. But yours has been exceptional.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mrs. Patrick.
Thank you, sir. Well, my wonderful and beautiful wife has been the backbone and strength of this whole operation. I don't think I would have made it this far without her.
I just hope we didn't take them away too far from you most of the time.
No.
Sometimes it's like, did he run away again?
It's been a busy couple of years here, the last couple of years.
Good, so, well, thanks again to both of you.
Thank you.
And good luck for your new adventure.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay. And,
Ready?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
This
Thank
is
you.
Jeff York, our district rep.
Yes. Appreciate it. Thank you for the moment to
You're
recognize. Chief, now, I've heard that you don't like a lot of attention, so you're getting absolutely what you did want.
That's okay.
So, I will tell you that, I was a former firefighter, and there's a lot of jokes that there's a rivalry between, fire and police, and it's just actually friendly rivalry between the two. I will say, my time on the job, I always appreciated our relationship with law enforcement, that each have a role to play and watching out for each other, take care of each other in our roles. So, and the last few years, unfortunately, this whole defund the police movement, and and then this idea that in those communities that defunded, crime rates went up. So, and I think there's many of us that this was a horrible idea, that people were actually talking about defunding police and how we want our law enforcement there to protect us. And I know when I'm in Lansing, I want my wife and my daughters protected when I'm doing the state's business. So I said, I feel so troubled for what law enforcement would go through. So Chief, thank you for continuing to lead through that period, through this, and being an example for your community. I'm bringing this tribute signed by myself and Senator Lowers. Just in short, despite the difficulties and risks Chief Patrick has faced throughout the years, he has remained devoted to the highest standards of excellence. For this, Armada, Macomb County, and the entire state of Michigan can be thankful. In special tribute, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. the firefighter rivalry and whatnot. I understand my son was just hired in almost a year ago with Shelby Township as a firefighter paramedic, so the jokes are in the house.
So don't go away, chief. But wait, there's more. It gives me honor, Chief, to be here today in your case of your retirement and your many years of service to Macomb County as well, we might add. I'm here on behalf of the Macomb County Board of Commissioners, on behalf of all the residents of the county. And we did a proclamation, Your Honor, last month, and I wanted to read it to you. Whereas Macomb County Board of Commissioners would like to commend Chief Michael Patrick for his 36 years of public service, in which 15 of which were dedicated to the Village of Armada Police Department. Whereas Police Chief Michael Patrick attended Police Academy of Northern Michigan, graduating in 1982. He joined the Mount Clemens Police Department in 1982 and is a patrolman on the midnight shift. He remained with Mount Clemens Police Department until 2003, when he joined the Macomb County Sheriff's Office, working in the Corrections Unit until 2007. Whereas Chief Michael Patrick became a dedicated member of the Armada Village Police Department in 2007, beginning as a part-time officer. His seasoned career quickly matured and he was promoted to sergeant in 2015 and then to chief by prior Chief Howard Smith in 2016. Whereas Police Chief Michael Patrick continued to patrol and answer calls of service in addition to handling administrative duties and operations of the police department, including budgeting, scheduling, and hiring officers, as well as working with the village council. And whereas Chief Michael Patrick has been doing police work for 36 years in all, and with his greatest influence being father, who served the Mount Clemens Police, whose greatest influence was his father, who served the Mount Clemens Police Department. After voting 15 years of village service to the Village of Armada's Police Department and leading them for nearly 6 as chief, Police Chief Michael Patrick made his decision to retire on March 31st, 2022. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Macomb County Board of Commissioners, speaking for and on behalf of all citizens of the county, offers the following: that by these the Macomb County Board of Commissioners hereby publicly commends and acknowledges and expresses appreciation and congratulations to Police Chief Michael Patrick on the occasion of his retirement from the Village Police Department. Be it further proclaimed that a suitable copy of this proclamation be presented to the Chief Michael Patrick in testimony to the high esteem in which he's held by the Macomb County Board of Commissioners, and signed by me as Don Brown, Chairman of the Board of Commissioners. So thank you very much. A lot of years of service, a lot of experiences up and down, and you've got a lot. And from your father, I didn't know that about your father. He's up there smiling down on you.
Well,
you know.
He's down in Florida
He's
smiling.
I thought he lived up north.
No.
Northern Michigan. I know it's the Northern Michigan Landers.
Yeah.
Northern Michigan Police Academy. Was that Lake Superior State, or was that at Northern Michigan?
Northern Michigan University.
That's right. I went for a time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's great
It's
is
good up there.
yeah, it's
But I appreciate this greatly, and thank you for being there the tornado night, bringing the water and things in the middle of the night for us.
oh, that's the least I can
We
do.
appreciate
You
that.
people put your lives in line every day, day and night, as Representative said earlier. I mean, in this age where a lot of minor voices are getting a lot of attention about defunding the police, no, and you know certainly, 90% of the people support you and all of the men and women in blue. My son just was sworn in the police department today. He's gonna be in service as well. And Macomb County is gonna be providing you 911 services, money directly out of our general fund, not taxing the taxpayers, but kind of out of our general fund that we have revenue for. And so we're gonna make sure that the law enforcement's got the resources you need to continue to keep us safe, as well as keep yourself safe. So we appreciate you and appreciate the council again, and everything else you guys do here in Hydrant. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Brown, thank you. Okay. Next,
We'll do some business, then we'll get to the new chief.
Right now, what I'll have you do, chief, to be,
Yes, chief to be. Not yet, chief to be. Nope.
that's what we'll call you now, did you?
Huh?
You could just go ahead then.
That's it.
The old guy gets, you know, he gets smarter in his old age.
Okay. You're entitled.
Chief, you wanna come over here and sit
Sure.
down, and what
Absolutely.
I'll do is I'll have you sign, the contract now,
Okay.
and I'll sign along with you also.
My wife made me take the pen out of my pocket.
Oh, you got it.
It might be for
Tell me you got a pen for a
I
ticket.
have that ink on that white shirt.
That's right.
Yep. Okay.
Have them sign one more, and then we'll
Yeah.
have it all signed, and then
All
I'll
right,
get
so
you
let
your
me
copy
know more,
tomorrow.
please.
Yes.
Hey, you get rid of that captain badge.
Well, I ordered a new one, it wasn't here yet, so I had to dig this up. We gotta have the gold with the American flag, so it's on order.
And she'll give you a copy tomorrow.
Okay.
So, I imagine you're gonna be here.
That's what I'll be here tomorrow.
And you can go ahead and pin him now if you want, and then we'll just move that out of new
No, it's
business.
supposed to be.
If you don't wanna stay, just move it out. And instead,
Yeah, I'm gonna take my car.
Must want to make sure I don't miss it.
Yep, there you go.
stay.
Okay.
Oh, you're kidding, Ralph.
I can stay.
It's been so many years, since I retired, I don't know if I can do this or not.
Okay.
Don't hurt him.
Looks good, very good. Did that hurt?
Nope. So you don't get me.
It scares me watching them.
Yeah.
I should have pre-pinned this. Good, there you go. There it is, yeah.
There it is, right.
Okay.
We gotta make sure it's all out, sort of full
There you
out.
go.
It's on,
All
okay.
right.
Good, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Welcome to all of
Yes, a few people, I have my wife Marcy there.
Marcy, you don't
Marcy.
stand, please?
Stand up, Mark.
And,
My wife's a registered nurse, she does home care, she's been a nurse for many years. I have two children, my one son Robert, he's up north on he's dog sitting on a commitment he had to do, so he couldn't be here. And my daughter Erica is down in medical school in St. Martin, so she couldn't be here, so we're on FaceTime too.
okay, very
Nice.
good.
And I have my good friend here, Mike Griffin. He's here, works for Detroit Edison, he's a lineman. And just another person here, about 1 year ago, last March 22nd, Chief Fred Posovitz from the Clinton Township Police Department died of COVID. And we worked together for 41 years, we were scout car partners. He was like a brother to me, and so, like I said, his loss was great. But Fred would have wanted to been here tonight, so his sister Donna is coming here in memory of Fred, and so.
Well, very good, good to have you.
Yep.
And the thing is, I heard a lot over the years, being in the police business 32 years like I was, I heard the name quite often. So, very good, good family when you bring up something like this.
I
No.
didn't want to miss this.
No, the thing is, it's great, and that's why I say, even with our retiring chief and his family and everything else, I mean, we welcome you back. Each year you want to come back, fine. So, I don't know if we have room at the motel or not, but we'll find room.
Side note, I worked with Jeff Yarrick at, I'm a member of Clinton Township Fire many years. What year did you come on, Jeff?
1991, I think.
Okay, yeah. So I worked with him at Clinton Fire, so I know him from there.
Very good.
And I would be remiss, like Mike already brought this up, he worked in Mount Clemens and I worked in Clinton. We ran into each other all the time as we, Clinton Township basically almost surrounds Mount Clemens, and so I've known him for 40 years. And, Mike's been a great boss. I retired Clinton Township June 1st. They had a retirement party on Thursday. We have 3 officers from Clinton Township now. Steve Ruckus and Kenny Richardson came to a retirement party. Says, you gotta come to Armada with us. So I called Mike the next week, and by July I was working. And I did the Armada Fair. And so, and I wanna thank Mike's been a great boss and a great mentor, kind of showing me the ropes here. So I've already worked with him a couple days to learn the ropes, and I'm sure I'll be calling him all the time.
Anytime.
The word has it that they have a Dairy Queen, and he might be at that.
Funny you should bring that up, because his wife Sandy brought some subs up for the Armada Fair. And I said, hey, where's the peanut butter blizzards? We don't need subs, we need some peanut butter blizzards.
Right, good, so. Well, again, thanks.
Thank you very much. I just want to thank the village board for their support, and I'm going to continue Mike's program of taking care of the citizens and professional policing.
Great.
Right, our citizens really love our police department.
And I have to say that it's kind of different. I did, like I said, I did 41 years in Clinton Township. The last 14 I ran criminal investigations. And it's a different type of policing, but the people couldn't be nicer up here. Everybody waves to you, and I found even since I've been here longer, more and more people wave to me. I guess you have to be here a while before they wave to you.
Well, like I said, that people will be glad to meet you.
Okay.
And so
And whatever.
they have always been welcoming to everybody coming into our village.
Right.
And living here a number of years. So, and I hope I'm not the oldest one living here though yet.
Okay. So, and like I said, I'm only 20 minutes away, so I live in North McCoy Township. So.
Good. So, good to have you, Will Ranch.
Mark, thank you very much. Dave, thank you. You say, Mark? Because I was going to take.
No, that's not.
We're going to take Mike to.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Chris, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Now you can stay for the whole meeting.
I had to sit through many of Clinton Township board meetings because if the chief wasn't there, I was second to come in, and I had to be there. So that's unless I have to, I'll.
We won't make you
Not
be there
tonight.
for all.
Not this time. Not this one.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet everybody.
Thank you, thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
having
us. Thank you so
Safe
much.
trip back.
God bless.
And there's Mr. Stylus. I almost didn't see you.
It's hard to see through the crowd of all the policemen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me get this out of the way a second.
Yep. Thank you.
We're at the administrative reports now. Excuse me. They have a review report, treasurer's report.
We don't have the F&B report, but.
Doug's
The actual plant operator is here, Doug from the plant is here.
Yeah, sure he is.
How do I follow the preceding? Okay, I'm not going to rain on Steve or Ross's input, but Ross will get into, there was a system control and data acquisition, or SCADA, system that was added to the water side last week. Without getting into particulars, this is...
Right about there. You're good.
Sure. Anyways, what it does, it tells us everything that's, as far as the pump pressures and what have you coming out of the water system. More importantly, it also tells us the security. Now all three of the wells, the water treatment plant and the tower, are linked in to the point where it tells us temperature inside of everything but the water tower, and just basically if we have any intrusion alarms or what have you. It's on the same system that the wastewater plant's been on, but now it's segregated where on the wastewater side, just myself, Stuart Beach, and one other gentleman will get alarms for that, whereas DPW will get all, 99% of the water alarms that's going on. On the wastewater side, we gave Steve Clark on Friday the amended pump quote with the installation. He will be bringing that in front of you tonight. Other than that, everything's been good. We got hit pretty hard last week with the rains we received, but the plant made it through fine. Every test that we ran was well within the parameters set down by Eagle. So other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
You have a safe trip home.
Yeah, watch,
Sir, I will. No forklifts tonight.
yeah, watch your step.
Did you have anything else you wanted to
No,
comment on?
no, not till later.
All right,
Christmas something.
You already want Ross to go. Oh, you want me to go? No, that's fine. Chris doesn't have anything then.
No, I do, but it's okay, I'll go after you, don't I?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, that's the Army Air's. Got several pages of notes. I want to start off with a happy occurrence, and that is that after, really, it's been almost 4 years of beating the bushes trying to find the incorporation date for the village, I did find that date. As you recall, back in 2019, the village celebrated the sesquicentennial of the village's organization, because we could not find the incorporation date for the village. Nobody knew what it was. And before everybody thinks I'm completely stupid, back in 1969, 1970, the village celebrated its centennial, and they celebrated the same organization date, because they could not find the incorporation date of the village. But I did find it in a 1885 Michigan Legislative Manual, and it indicates 22 October 1867 was the date that the village first became incorporated. Interestingly, Captain Barrows, captain from the Civil War, Captain Barrows, a village resident at the time, was also serving as the township board chair and board supervisor, I guess, back in the time. And he lobbied for the village's incorporation. And of course, as I say, he lived in the village and he had several businesses in the village. So I'm sure it helped him out. But we do now have a official incorporation date for the village. Just I'll add that we did get about $750 worth of donations for a plaque. Kind of been pushing it off. It's been sitting in the general fund for the last 3 years, and now we can move forward and get ourselves a plaque to commemorate the incorporation date of the village. Next item. We have been afforded an opportunity to hire a college intern to work in the village waterworks and wastewater treatment plants. This is an effort from, let's see if I get this straight, Michigan STEM Forward and Fork County Community Foundation. I think everybody here is familiar with Fork County. Those two organizations collaborated and came up with local students And in fact, they've got 2 of these local students already positions in Romeo, I believe it is, and Almont in the wastewater treatment plants. In this case, there's another intern that is looking for a job. The intern's a biochemistry major, so that fits in very nicely with the types of things that Steve does at the wastewater treatment plant and I do at the water treatment plant. Michigan STEM Forward will write the paychecks. The village's contribution to that is $1,000 from me for water and $1,000 from Steve. Otherwise, the other $5,000 that makes up the salary for a total of $7,000 for the summer comes from Michigan STEM Forward and Fort County. We're going through the administrative gates right now, just trying to make sure that everything lines up and there's no issues, but Steve and I have interviewed this person. They appear to be very interested, and really, as I think about it, it affords a great opportunity for this person to not only dabble in the chemical aspects of the 2 facilities, but get involved in strategic planning, everything from that to coming in and presenting reports to council. So they will get a very varied and versatile opportunity by working in the village if everything lines up.
Can we know this person's name?
Yes, I don't want to put it out yet until we know for sure that that everything is going to line up, but I suspect by the next council meeting.
You should bring her to the
Yeah,
meeting
I
and introduce
would.
her.
She is a graduate of Armada High School.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I meant
I
to.
probably know her.
Yeah, graduate of Armada High School, and much to Dave's chagrin, she's University of Michigan student.
What are you gonna do?
Opposed to a state graduate. Next item, just want to indicate that HydroCorp's last big visit to the village as part of the ongoing cross-connection inspection contract that we have with them is May 17th now. They will perform some additional inspections, verification inspections after that, but 17 May is their last big opportunity to come into the village and look at the non-residential facilities that they have not yet inspected. That program's working very well. We have nobody currently that is in a shut-off status, and all of the businesses are doing what they need to do to comply. So that's great. That's been a great program for us. The F&V engineering contract to provide strategic planning and grant support for village infrastructure repairs and upgrades. That proposal has been countersigned and sent back to F&V Engineering, and I would expect the first meeting with Steve and Chris and I on infrastructure updates will occur somewhere mid to late April. As Doug indicated, the Water Department has come online now with its SCADA telemetry and alarm system. I did put unfortunately it's black and white, but a little chart deck on your table in front of you that shows the screens that you see. I'll pass the colored one around. And we, in fact, I checked it out this weekend because I was so happy with it, and sure enough, there's our first alarm going off. So, and it was a situation in the wastewater treatment plant that was not really an issue, and they were able to not have to come in to do anything with it, which is exactly what we were trying to do. In any case, the UIS SCADA did get that system operational. They were able to get all their components installed, and I've got a small mountain of stuff that they took out, old, non-functioning or obsolete equipment, and so that's all out of the way. And the F&V operations guys, the DPW and I all got training on Thursday afternoon. So the system is up and operational. I think it's money very well spent. Fire hydrant repair, we did go ahead and order from Core and Main the 7 hydrants for repair and the 1 spare for a total of 8. And we also advised Telto Contracting that they had been selected to work. Incidentally, we did finally get a proposal from the other company that we contracted, and the price was double of Telto's price. So very happy that we went with Telto Construction Company. Expect we'll probably do those hydrants towards the end of May, first part of June, because we're waiting for the hydrants to show up right now. McIntyre's Water System Services, McIntyre's Water Services, I always do that, is a company that's working to replace the media at the water treatment plant. They will be out on Wednesday to do some preparatory work for the replacement of the media in vessels 3 and 4. It's about a $280,000 activity that the village has been involved in, and it's great to see that that is finally going to happen here. Again, they'll be out Wednesday to do some preparatory work. And then finally, just a note in here about succession planning. I do remain concerned that we haven't really talked a whole lot about Joe's imminent retirement. I said in my notes that she hadn't provided a letter, but she did provide a letter, I guess, back in January, late January, and indicated the 28th of April. I guess we just haven't accepted yet, similar to what we were doing with Chief Patrick. We're going to wring every last bit of treasury expertise out of you before you go. But I would encourage council to start talking about the succession plan at the next meeting coming up in April. It really gives us only a month before Joe is out the door, and she's indicated that she would help train a replacement. But if we don't get anybody that's suitable, we need to have a plan in place to keep the business of the Treasurer Department ongoing. That's all I have, unless there's any questions.
Chris, did you?
I do have some, thank you. Some updates, going into 22 from our budget, so I had Dave go back out and go and get updates, quotes to make sure, because most of them are more than 30 days old, and today, you're not even good for that long in general, but, so the first ones we got is for the new backhoe purchase, and the LED lights. Then the Christmas decorations, and then the sale there. When it comes to the backhoe too, we do have to, I'll bring to council how we want to disposition the existing, because one of the quotes will be for we return or redeem it as part of the sale. Others we could sell it on our own. So a couple new things. David mentioned in his report about some no parking. So Jefferson and I'll be working with the new chief on it. There is a no parking sign on the Jefferson north of Holloway that isn't being observed on the east side of the road. We'll be going and adding the rest of the signage up down there, and that is a no parking all the way to the end. It is. We could do. Yeah, awesome. It worked. Yeah, and the increase wasn't that bad on them. Yep. However, the challenge is, and again, like in the second street, is Provincial Court, which is parking on both sides. That will be no parking to the south side. That's the hydrant side. What happens is the trucks, including emergency vehicles, can't get down between the two, and then when you get down the end of the cul-de-sac, you can't turn around with vehicles parked there.
Which road is that?
Provincial Court.
Yeah.
South side, and then Jefferson Lane north of Holloway. It's already marked, but it's only marked at the beginning. We're going to add the 3 or 4 signs down the full length on the east side of the road.
Okay.
But figured now is the time before we just jump into it, to make that announcement so that people get some time to prepare for it.
Yep.
So.
Get some costs too.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, and in general, I don't think, right now, when I saw what Dave had in inventory, I think we're actually good.
Good.
So, but we'll see. I think I asked him to get quotes on 4 more. So 8 more, I said. Get 7 plus a spare. So, And then the one I know we have on, that's the other one, is the snow emergency ordinance. We're gonna wait till late in the issue to put a note with the October water bill, so that everyone knows the changes to the snow emergency ordinance that we did. I do have, and Michelle, I got it too, the Act 51 update. I have the whole map to do plus this
Yeah,
comment, so.
Joe was looking at that too, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but yes, I think this one's, yet we're not gonna sign that one. I have to have the full map signed off by April 29th, I think it is,
I don't have it yet.
I do, they sent it to me.
Oh, did they?
Yep, I got it in the mail.
All right, okay,
Yep. In
Yeah.
triplicate.
okay, all right.
Yeah, I haven't found
Okay, perfect. And then the next, I'll be going for quotes on the bridge repairs. We have all have some concrete work as well as crack sealing to be done on them to bring them up to, say expectations. They all passed inspection, but those were findings from the reports that they just did. I do have now another company that would be interested in doing the concrete work, so we'll see in comparison to D&E. My guess right now, from what I've heard or seen, is it's about $1.50 a square foot less. So we'll see. Okay, and then it'll jump into you guys because it segues perfectly. I was going to have Doug's got something he'd like to say, and then we'll get into that'll tie right into the next topic or last topic.
Mr. President and Council, I had talked to Michelle and Steve and several other people, Chris, but I wanted to let you know that I'm in a transitioning stage at Rowe. I'm going to transition from full-time work to less than full-time work, with the goal of maybe not working someday.
it. Welcome to my world.
Yeah. It's not as definitive as yours. So I brought with me tonight Paul O'Meara, and Paul's a project manager at Rowe. He's been at Rowe a little over 2 years, but Paul spent a career in Birmingham as a city engineer for the city of Birmingham, a fellow state graduate, so we're on the right track here. So Paul's been involved in some of the street work already, but he'll be more available to help the village out. And I met with Steve last week about the treatment plant, and if we can get the paperwork processed with the plant, my goal is to still finish that project out. I'm just a little concerned with the new person at Eagle that we're dealing with, whether or not they can move quick enough on the paperwork side to close the loan out. We had it really good when we were working with Karen.
Karen's awesome.
Karen
Kudos
pushed
to
us
Karen.
right where we
Yeah.
needed to go,
Good.
and we had it great. Karen moved on to a different department, and we're working with Clarence, and Clarence seems to take a little bit to get up to speed, so he's got to find all of Karen's records, make sure that we have given them all the documents that they need, but
Very cooperative though.
oh yeah, he's helpful too, so I think we'll be okay. But if all that goes okay, we'll get that project closed out, and I've told Roe that's one of the few projects I want to make sure that we get finished up and worked on. So we got an update on the roof today, that they're working on another roof. Armada's is next in line with that, but the temperature's got to get up there a little more and stay there for them to be able to do your type of roof. So although we had a blast of warm weather a little while ago, it wasn't long enough to sustain it to be able to do the roof. But we're close to finishing that project up, so all the plant work's done. We got to get the roof done and a piece of sidewalk, and then get some grass to grow.
Yeah.
So, and we'll have all that work done, and we'll be working on final paperwork. So anyway, I just wanted to share that information with you guys and let you know that I think I've been in Armada as long as some of you. And it's been a lot of challenges, but there's been a lot of fun with it, and I'm sure that Paul's going to be able to work with you on a lot of it too.
Well, it's been great working with you, Doug. Appreciate it.
That.
Absolutely.
Man,
Thank you.
everybody's leaving.
Yeah.
Man.
Doug, I have that to offer to you. You can't beat me. I've been here all my life.
Well, yeah. And look, you're still on council, just president, that's all.
I'm sorry, Paul, what is your last name?
O'Meara, O''M-E-A-R-A.
Okay, thank you.
Well, where are
I
you
had that
Irish?
completely wrong.
You came from Ireland then.
Once upon a time.
Somebody did.
Say something.
Well, my grandmother did, so
Yeah.
I have,
Okay, well, nice meeting you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Doug.
Sure, all right.
Good luck, Doug.
Yeah.
Gotta bring us some donuts before you go.
Well,
I'd be glad to come up there,
Oh,
even also.
they got some great donuts.
Yeah.
Hey Doug, if I can ask, is Paul gonna kind of take over for the arsenic detention?
no, Doug Scott will do that.
Okay,
So, I mean, Doug and I have been working on it.
Yeah,
Doug did the design of it, I did the paperwork side of it, but Doug's more than capable of finishing that one up.
oh, I'm sure,
You
but
just gotta cut loose the money, Ross.
you provided the, it keeps going up. You always provided the big boot though,
Yeah,
to
I
keep the
know.
thing going, so we appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're still gonna be there for a few more months.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And
Okay.
Paul can do that too, he works with Doug as well.
Right,
You know, it's the Michigan State connection.
I appreciate it though, thanks.
Oh, where did we get that?
I don't know.
All
All
right.
right, so
Christmas
last,
again.
last, again, for our residents that called, so if saw us out earlier for a couple hours before this meeting, you saw the DPW was out marking storm sewers. Doug, Paul, and I went out and did kind of a walkthrough based on previous meetings. Comments to look at. Well, we know that the street repair are not scheduled. We'll be probably putting them back on the books for 23. We don't have the fund balances to handle any construction this year, or in 22, 23. We are looking at what we could do in any near term, which would be effectively all drainage related. The last storm surprisingly did quite much better than I thought it would be for the street. I hit it. I go through it twice. Well, I hit all the streets twice a day. And one morning, one evening. So we were looking at what we could think and come up with a proposal and see where it lands in from a budgetary sense on what we can do for regrading and adding storm connections. We did map out and see where they're marked in, was that blue or green? Green. So we know where they're at right now, and now it's a matter of seeing what we can do. And we talked to about creating the proper swales and shoulder grading that would be necessary to get water to them. And again, it's moving it from the front because of where the grade is it actually goes down from the Fulton actually as you head east. And that's the interconnects now, so there's a few things we can do and add, and we're going to see what that proposal looks like. If not, like I said, we have the low-hanging fruit for us on a couple of roads. We haven't been successful at getting grant monies for these projects. We've put in through Doug about 5, and I've not been down selected, but we have started the savings plans to enable us to get some smaller projects in until we can get the bigger, and that's where you heard these guys were talking, Ross was mentioning the FNVI engineering report. That's what they're preparing a capital improvement plan for us for everything in our infrastructure, because again, where it's water, sewer, and street at the same time, it doesn't necessarily, bode well for me to replace a street and then to have to take it out to put water and sewer in. So this will help us prioritize. There's a rating system that goes with them, so we're, the worst row with the worst sewer, worst, then go from there. Like I said, we had a few projects we kept as more low-hanging fruit. Lathrop was one of them first, and then I forgot my third one now. Was it Barrow? It was on the northwest side there, which we were going to do in Grasville instead for the time being. But sorry,
Simon's,
thank you. Okay, that was it. Same area. But at any rate. Well, as Joe and the office staff here are very good at keeping track of our monies and how that's all going and how our fund balance is and keeping our accountants happy. As I mentioned last one, I was out of school on that one at first, thanks Joe. that we were, was originally something we wanted to do in '21, but the tornado moved that. '22, our budget fund shortfall was there, and so we'll go again here for '23, but we're gonna look at what we can do from a drainage perspective. Exactly, which, again, when we do the road, it means that part of it's already done. It's not something that we have to take out, or, it's already part of the project that's completed, so. And it is all 625 feet, I think, of that street is, 700, somewhere between 700, yeah. So it'd be going all the way from Floral to Fulton, so.
Thank you.
That's it, Mr. President?
Good, thank you. Next,
Hey, okay, I get 2 a year then.
Yeah. You do.
all right, general business, the consent agenda, approval of the regular council meeting minutes of March 14th. Payment of bills,
Who wasn't here?
list of depositors, investment policy, set proposed administration fees for the village accounts. Council's wishes.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported, any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Full business plan, anything more, Mr. Clark, your department?
No, I'll take care of it later under F.
All right,
Thank you.
new business.
He is a follow-up, but.
Accept the resignation, which we have in our packet is for Michael Patrick. And we did pin on the badge of the new chief, Richard Rowley. Capital charges for water and sewer.
No, I'm sorry, you're just going through, I was gonna say, all right, we got a motion for that. Okay.
Yeah,
I
right.
see you had the motion.
So we'll just take each one.
Hey, hold on, did you have an update or did I miss it?
So the resignation and the pinning, council's wishes.
Mr. President, I make a motion to accept the resignation of Police Chief Michael Patrick, effective after shift, March 31st, 2022, with gratitude and regret.
Second.
Moved and supported, any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Capital charges for water and sewer.
Every year you guys get the resolutions. It was just a 3%, which was required by bond, so that's what's changed.
So I move to adopt the attached resolutions approving the new water and sewer rates.
Support.
Moved and supported, any further discussion?
Make a comment that what you find in water between last year and this year is there's a $1.98 per 5,000 gallon increase per quarter. And there's also a 77 cents increase in the dwarf fee from last year to this year. So assuming nothing else changes in a resident's or business's water bill, the total increase between last year and this year is $2.75 per quarter. Just to add some detail there.
That don't sound bad until you get the bill. Then it don't look good.
Yeah, well, it
Okay,
doesn't sound too bad.
What's council order?
I gotta do a roll.
Yeah,
So
roll
roll call, yep.
Conan,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
or I'm sorry,
Clark.
Conan Clark.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I
All right,
voted for.
Sleds,
It's okay. Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Wolak.
Yes. Motion carried. Okay, next is the, set the proposed millage rates.
You guys do it every year.
Yep.
Yep.
Same
Just-
motion.
This is just the same.
Yep.
Actually, the PA 33 is down a little bit.
It's down,
It's
down
down
a little bit, yeah.
0.25%.
Okay, I move to accept the recommendation by Treasurer Nair to propose the 2022 tax millage rate at the maximum allowable levy as permanently reduced by MCL to 11.34D and authorized under the Truth in Taxation, MCL to 11.24E, with full understanding that these requested tax levy rates will be reduced if necessary to comply with state constitutional Article 9, Section 31, MXL, Sections 211.24E and 211.34. The following rates shall be proposed. General Fund, 8.8199 mils. Municipal Streets Funds, 3.5227 mils. PA 33, 2.20 mils. Total proposed millage rate 14.5476.
Do you need a roll on that, John?
Yeah, we always do.
Well,
Support.
moved and supported, any further discussion? If not, go ahead.
Conan?
Yes.
Sleds?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Wolock?
Yes,
Belkey?
Yes.
motion carried. 22, 23 wage allocations for treasurer clerk.
We did
Yeah.
not do, part-timers. I wasn't given anything.
Okay.
They got the same across the board, all employees with 7% increase.
I didn't get
Was
anything from anybody to put it in. We usually have a scale for officers.
Yeah.
Lyle didn't, nobody told me, so.
Well, I think we discussed that at the
You put it in the budget though, right?
In the budget, yeah, it's in there. So it's in there, you can just have, you can do it at the next meeting.
Yeah.
It worked out as a percentage versus the straight dollar? Okay.
7%,
Okay.
because that's CPI.
Okay, all right, well, we'll bring that back to the next meeting. I expected Lyle to call me, but he didn't.
All right, so Michelle, we're pulling the wage allocation then?
Yeah, I don't have a motion for it. It doesn't really have to be pulled. It was just part of the, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's having a problem with his health there, so that's why
Yeah,
he's not there tonight,
yeah.
and he's gonna be operated out in the morning.
Hmm.
Public hearing, adopt the fiscal year.
No, we gotta
Well,
do
hang on a
this.
Wait,
Do you
Joe
want-
and we gotta set our rates.
Do you,
I move to establish the compensation for the treasurer of the village of Armada in the amount of $45,122.57 annually, effective April 1st, 2022.
support?
Might be noted that this probably, when we go to a new treasurer,
And there's
Right,
supposed to
the
be
wage goes
two
down.
different rates.
The rate's
We
gonna
already
change,
approved the
right?
other in budget
Yeah.
workshop.
yeah,
Wait
well,
for
we
it.
don't have the two rates here, that's why I was asking.
Well, we already approved for the new person by
Right.
motion at a previous meeting, what we're
Okay.
bringing the new person in for.
Okay.
This was to set your wage.
Okay, I just
So-
thought you were gonna do the same.
No, no, because we'll do that when we hire, or when we appoint somebody,
Right.
then we'll do it.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so Conan,
Yes.
yep, Belkey,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Wolock, Clark.
Yes.
Motion's approved.
Motion approved.
Yep.
Okay, I move to establish the compensation for the clerk of the village of Armada in the amount of $31,583.44 annually, effective April 1st, 2022.
Support.
Moved and supported, any further discussion? If not, roll call.
Conan,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Wolock.
Yes. Motion carried. All right,
Okay, now we're to the budget public hearing.
public hearing on the fiscal year 22-23 budget, 7 PM.
So what do we need to
You need to enter in the public.
Go into public hearing.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we go into public hearing.
At what time?
At 8:08.
At 8:08
Support.
to,
No, that's just to enter into the budget public hearing at 8:08 PM. Is that right?
right.
Got it.
Yep.
You approve, you support Ross?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Moved and supported.
I gotta do
got
a
a
roll
roll
on
call.
that. So Conan,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Wolak.
Yes. Motion carried.
No, there was a-
Yeah, so we're into public hearing. Anybody would like to address the council on this?
I want a motion to go out of public hearing.
Yeah.
I move to exit the public, the budget public hearing at 8:10.
That wasn't 2 minutes.
That wasn't fast.
I know, but I'm still looking at the clock, and the
So-
official village
The
clock
accurate
is
village time.
8:10.
So you want me to put 10?
Yep,
8:10,
8:10.
okay.
That's what
Support.
Okay.
the clock
Moved and
says.
supported. Any further discussion? If not,
No roll.
No wrong.
all in favor?
Aye.
And your department,
Yes.
Clark, Pops?
Finally got a price,
No, we gotta
the motions.
adopt
We gotta
budget.
adopt
oh, okay.
So you're gonna have to go through your sheets, guys. You might need some help from Joe. I don't have the amounts on. Yeah, whoever's gonna make the motion, Joe will sit right by you for a second.
Don't just show them. Here it is right now.
Yeah, do that. Unplug it. Like your I'm not gonna touch it. So the motion's here, and then I guess when you just get down here, just have Joe read the amounts.
Anybody want to make a motion?
We gotta write them down.
Well, Joe will read them.
Oh. Well, Dave, you're on the roll. This is good.
Make a
So
motion.
first one's the general
Here.
fund.
Yep.
I need a motion to adopt the general fund
We
as
do it all in one.
presented.
We're doing
Do
them
it
all
all
at one
one.
time? All right. So, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2022-2023 budgets for the following funds as presented. General fund, the projected surplus at year end.
$789,959.78.
Okay.
Once again,
$789,959.78.
Municipal street fund
And
for,
a fund balance of $438,354.65.
major street fund. 77.
$177,738.84.
Local street fund.
$45,643.60.
Water fund.
Water receiving fund has a projected fund balance of $272,783.15.
Sewer fund.
It has a projected 22-23 fund balance of $92,786.60.
And salvage vehicle inspections.
Has a projected fund balance of $3,393.67.
339367.
3393.67. Yep.
339.
339367.
I will support that.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not,
Okay, Sledge,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Bullock.
yes. Motion carried. All right, now the amended funds.
And now we're at Steve's. And, yeah,
Yeah.
Certain percent, so it's like 30%.
it was added on. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
right,
extra.
Item F.
I finally got the final price for the pumps and the installation. I have to add the installation to this number.
Okay, okay.
Anybody have any questions? These are the pumps we talked about that are in the wet well that are really important at the plant. And it was suggested that we purchase 2 of them. It's a long lead time, about 16 weeks. We had one pump checked out, it was not worth repairing. And I expect the other pump to be along the same lines as that, so. That being said, a resolve to accept the quote from Kennedy Industries for 2 flight explosion-proof submersible sewage pumps and installation and freight at a cost of $31,260, and to allow the sewer commissioner Clark to sign on the village's behalf.
So it's installation and free.
Yes.
Correct.
All right.
Support that.
Installation was $1,995 added on to the $29,265.
And you supported that, Ross?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. Okay, moving forward, any further discussion? If not, roll call.
Clark,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Sledge,
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Steve.
Up and coming agenda items, any?
Well, Ross,
Would
you
like
want
to-
that succession planning,
Yeah.
and then the part-time police.
Again, it's
officials.
really talking about what we're gonna do with Joe when she leaves at the end of April. I don't- Unless you at the last day
Or thereabouts.
short sheet the bed
Yeah,
and rescind your resignation notice.
and then the part-time police wages will come back.
We need to talk about it.
All right,
You're gonna continue on.
Yes,
forever,
I said 2 weeks.
indefinitely.
Yeah.
Until the 28th of April, right?
But,
And maybe, out of the goodness of her heart, she'll come back.
Well, we'll
in
see
and
what we get.
yes.
Now,
I don't wanna brag.
Just to make the announcement again, the treasurer is retiring. We are advertising for a replacement. You need to live in the village.
Keeping her
So you
company.
have some
And-
qualifications?
Yes, it would be great if you had some accounting background, because it is a treasurer's job. We have not received any resumes, so anybody out there that's looking for a job, that's flexible to an extent. It's a,
But we
good
want to
place to
stress,
work.
it's a
an accounting
Technical,
job, technical accounting job.
financial accounting
Yes,
job.
so it would be very helpful to have some accounting background.
But even if somebody's outside of the village, it wouldn't hurt to put a resume in, because we spoke with the lawyer. If we can't get somebody here, we are allowed to appoint somebody from outside.
We could, but that is only good until the election, because it is an
They might
elected
be
position.
serving for a
Well,
few
even
months.
if we appoint somebody, it's only good till the election.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
The difficulty here is if nobody decides to run, then we're still left flat-footed. We gotta come up with.
Well, that's
plan B.
what the discussion will be,
So,
okay.
That's it. Wait a minute.
When you come in, it pays less than Joe, yeah, so.
There will be an entry level.
Yeah, there'll be an entry level
Adjustment.
adjustment.
Good, good, thank you. So,
I have something on upcoming events.
yes,
We had a very, very generous offer for 110 trees, large trees. They have a 300 to 400 pounds ball on them. But the benefactor is offering them to the village residents at no cost. They will be distributed on April 23rd, beginning at 8 a.m. until they're gone. You must be a village resident that owns a parcel.
Where will this happen, Joe?
It will be, we will distribute them at the DPW facility behind the land.
10-cent bar?
Yeah, everybody's not gonna know that. Armada grade. So,
Okay.
you'll,
DRC engineering, yeah.
you just need to show up and fill out a quick release form and take your tree, but you're not gonna be able to bring a car and think you're gonna put this in the trunk of your car. It's just not gonna go. You're gonna have to bring a pickup, a wagon, a trailer, something, a
They're
tractor.
huge.
These are very, very large trees. They
Yeah.
are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They are Princeton elm, autumn blaze maple, and
sycamore.
sycamore, exclamation sycamore. So they're beautiful trees. We hope that everybody that wants one will have the means of coming to get one. And we'll have instructions on how to plant it to make sure that it stays healthy. And hopefully we'll get Armada back to looking like it's old
Supposed
stuff
to.
again.
How many trees again?
110.
110.
110, and so, are they delivered already?
They will be delivered before the 23rd. But they won't be ready for pickup until the 23rd.
Yeah.
And you
We
will
will
have
help
to,
load them on your vehicle, your
and you
pickup,
have to,
your
you
wagon,
have
whatever.
to install
and
it yourself.
When you get home,
Plant it yourself.
and you gotta understand that you will have to call Mystig. So at least 3 days before you plan on planting that tree at your property, you'll need to call Mystig and get a Mystig ticket so your property gets surveyed or
Right.
assessed to where water lines, sewer lines,
Don't mark it.
electrical, gas, that kind of, anything that we don't want anybody digging into. But there's a few things that you need to be aware of, and we'll have a little bit of instructions on the 23rd in the morning. So hopefully everybody will come and get a beautiful, beautiful tree.
Good, thank you. Next is citizen comments. Anybody would like to address the council at this time?
Yes, Jeff Yard, State Representative. It's honored to be here tonight and recognize the outgoing chief and also the incoming chief, and welcome aboard. I did want to just reiterate that that was that time to talk, to acknowledge him. But I did want to just again say that I am in office till the end of December, so I'm still working and available. So if people have questions, concerns, I can contact my office, call me, I will call you back. Unfortunately, I wish I would turn my calls over quicker, except I tend to be very engaged with my constituents, so sometimes it takes a little bit to get back to people because I spend a lot of time on the phone giving personal service. Unfortunately, that sometimes means I can't call back within 24 hours. But as I said, just really again reinforce I'm available for questions, concerns, and issues that people have, and I think a number of things we've try to help the village of Armada with. One other thing too, just, and hopefully we're seeing it, although Armada town, as our township has the EMS, but the village residents being township residents also. And one of the things I'm very proud that we were able to get the Medicaid reimbursement level up to Medicare. So, over the last few months, hopefully they've seen a increased reimbursement on, in their Medicaid patients. So, just little things. It's a big focus I do is that local government issues and EMS is kind of the areas I really try to, I think I kind of excel at trying to improve at, and then whatever other concerns. So thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you, Jeff,
Thanks, Jeff.
for all your service. And is there any word or leakage that you're gonna maybe do something else for our residents?
I will find, I said, I love, public service. I think I have a talent in serving. I was on the city council in Richmond for 17 years, and now, it'll be 6 years when I finish my term. I'm not a politician. I know a lot of people say that. I'm not a politician. But in reality, I like just good policy. I like getting things done. And so we had the salvage title issue when I first got on. It took a while to kind of get that done. I have actually bills for a number of the communities that brought up issues, and so I feel like I'm pretty good at working on policy, trying to resolve things, improve issues. As I said, one of the things that happened recently, I got my stockpile bill done, which the state's going to hold 2 months of PPE should we have another pandemic, because you notice between March, first 2 months of the pandemic, we ran out of resources. So kind of bringing my expertise to the legislature, we're one of the first states that have set up a stockpile, and other states are actually looking, my understanding, other legislators kind of putting that out for other states to think about too. So that's kind of what I brought. So I'm probably going to stay somewhere in public policy and continue to advocate, and always want to make sure local government's not forgotten in the process, because I think unfortunately local government gets forgotten a lot in Lansing. So I always try to be that voice and continue to remind that local government, that are partners with, I'm sorry, I'll just take a moment. It's very frustrating when I watch. Sometimes the federal government, federal legislators think they're here, and state legislators think they're here, and local, like there's these tiers. I think we're all on the same plane. We're all elected officials. We're all serving. We all have a role, and everybody puts on their pants one leg at a time. Except I did too, because I was a firefighter. I used to pull them on at the same time, getting out of the rig. But I'd say that's why I always try to remind elected officials that we're all in this together, serving. We all have a role. So I'm probably going to find some place that I can continue to, advocate on those issues. So thank you.
Well, good luck, because the thing is, you did help the community of Army.
We appreciate it.
You've helped us a lot.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not done. I am working to my last signing day, which is the last day. I will be continuing. There's a lot more things I want to get done to serve. So thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Oh, council comments. None? Community events? None. We don't have a closed session. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Also move at 8:26.
Support.
Who is support? Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.